Hey everyone, welcome back to Wild Moonlight Vlogs, or hello if you're new. My name is Raven, and today we're doing something pretty outside of my comfort zone. I felt like I needed to have something visual by my bed in the morning because this might sound dumb. I forget why I need to get out of bed when I wake up. I've always had trouble with mornings and sleep in general. It's not my forte. So I got the idea that I could customize this whiteboard that I already had. I think I got it like right after high school or something. I've had it for a long time, and I wanted to try making my own decals and set it up into this sort of productivity based functional crafting thing. There's not really a good name for it. I've been calling it my morning board, which isn't a horrible name. But I had never worked with vinyl before at all. I've had my Silhouette for several years, but I've only ever used it for stickers and for product labels. So I texted my sister-in-law and I asked her what kind of vinyl I should get, and she also reminded me to get transfer tape. I got the right type of vinyl and I got the wrong type of transfer tape, but that was a part of the learning curve, and now I'll never forget what kind of transfer tape to use for a project like this. All in all, I really enjoyed the process of this. I actually found out that I really liked weeding and doing all of this. I meant to include footage of me recording, or I meant to include a screen recording of me designing everything, because out of everything in this project, that was the thing that was most inside my comfort zone, was the graphic design part, and it doesn't exist. I don't know where it is. I have a horrible feeling that I actually didn't record it and it was all in my head. I have no idea. I couldn't find it on my computer. Watch, I will find it as soon as I hit export, and we'll have a separate video on how I designed this. Anyways, I have no idea where I actually am in the footage because of everything that is being sped up. My computer doesn't like voiceovers over sped up footage, and that is almost primarily what this video is, because I didn't want the video to be too long. There were a lot of steps that were very repeated, but I also didn't want the video to be so sped up that you couldn't see what I was doing, because there's a happy medium there and it's really hard to tell until after you've exported, or at least until you've rendered a preview, and I always forget to do that before I start a voiceover. So I'm just going to talk about the process. I did start off by making test cuts because that is something that I've known from making stickers at the very least. So I did some test cuts on a small scrap of paper. I overcomplicated so many of these steps trying to be smart about it, when really I did not need to do that. I could have just been a lot more simple and it would have been a lot less stressful. I did my test cuts. I also designed everything in Silhouette. I did goof on the designing process because I've only ever designed things that were printed out on sticker paper. I forgot to set the settings to 12 by 12 instead of letter size, which made everything way smaller than it was. I realized that after the first time I cut it. I wasn't going to remake it. I was just going to let everything be small, but some of the bits and bobs didn't weed out properly. I had a lot to learn about weeding, and also I found out that the Silhouette weeding tools are not great. Oh, I think just there I saw the size comparison on the timeline. I don't know how accurate that is. I might be So I did end up doing some of the decals twice. I think I did all of them twice. Some of them I did 3 times, and then the weekly layout I ended up doing 4 times, 3 times. I don't know. In the end, I ended up completely Frankensteining the plans for the week. The issue that I had with the transfer tape, and I wish I had known this before, we got strong grip transfer tape because it was all we could really find. I don't know if anyone else has noticed this, but the week after this, I did end up quitting this night and going to order stuff online to make it a little bit easier. Right after that, it's been impossible to find the blades for my Silhouette because I need the Silhouette Auto Blade Type A. I haven't been able to find any ratchet blades, and I haven't been able to find a lot of options for transfer tape. I don't know what is going on. I did end up finding the transfer tape, but I haven't been able to find blades, and my blade wasn't cutting through another project that I had started on the side because I got really excited playing around with this. And yeah, I actually messaged Silhouette on Facebook because I was like, where are all the blades? It's like there's a black market for blades now. I found 5 links online for blades and all of them were sold out. And then the next morning I looked and there were 5 available on Walmart's website and they were $40 a piece instead of 10. So that's a little hiked up and I wasn't willing to pay that. I will try to just be patient. Another thing that I definitely learned about, and I don't know why I thought this was a good idea, was I decided to do all of this sitting on the floor. I didn't think that the whiteboard would fit on my desk. It very much does. And I just like killed my back and my hip to sit on the floor. I think I might have actually thought that this would be fine because I'd be able to get more video angles. Which, just no. Now at this point it was my breaking point. I was getting so fed up with the transfer tape pulling up my vinyl even after I had brandished it, and I couldn't tell if I was just doing it wrong, but I ended up ordering the standard grip later that night. It came in 2 days later, but I was really trying to find a new blade, and I finished it today. I waited until today to finish it, but it's finally done, which isn't too bad. I'm actually really happy with how this came out after all of the decal making. Oh, and I feel like I've already said this. This was my first time working with vinyl. I only learned off of watching YouTube videos. This is not meant to be a tutorial. I just kind of wanted to share the idea because I thought that it was a really functional, helpful idea, whether it's for someone who just wants some wall art for the same purpose, or like if you have a neurodivergent kid or adult in your life who would benefit from something like this. I really am happy with it. I also got new weeding tools, which made such a huge difference. I'm still not great at it, and I did peel off all of the letters above the spread because the N was missing. I don't know where the N was because I'm looking at it right now and the N is still there. I'm very confused. But I did end up taking off the words from this decal, and then I used one of the older decals that I had cut, just the title of it so that I would still have it. They're a little crooked, but I would rather them be crooked than it just say plus. I don't know. I'd rather it be crooked. All in all, I'm really excited to have this hung up and to start using it. I have been using computer, like printer paper, and just writing all of this information out in a much more cramped situation, which is a Sharpie, and I think it's gonna be really helpful. Anyways, I hope this idea helps someone, or it was at least entertaining to watch someone learn how to use vinyl. I am going to hopefully be making more decals and learning, and hopefully I'll be able to find a blade. Anyways, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.